Hi, this is Joanne Edwards, business consultant and coach. I've been helping business owners to optimize and organize time by overcoming excuses, doing some goal setting, and improving our relationship with time. Are you finding yourself with not enough hours in the day? Are you not able to set priorities? Are you making too many excuses? It is just a matter of time. I've spent most of my career studying time. I was an industrial engineer for General Motors, and my time was spent in evaluating the most efficient way to do things. I would measure movements to build a product to the third decimal point, if you can even imagine that. And then I would balance everyone's activities. I know all about the efficient use of time and how to schedule it. And I'm sure that most of you know how to schedule, manage time, and use it effectively. You use planners, and you may have taken countless seminars on time management. So what am I here to talk to you about is not how to better utilize time, but your relationship with time. Not so much about how to get it all done, but how you feel about getting it all done. I'll not be talking about creating time and efficiency, but I'll be having a conversation about time and who we are in the matter of time, and not can I utilize my planner better to get more done, but am I doing what I want to do, and what am I spending my time on? My hope is that in the few minutes that we have together, you will think a little differently about time and the relationship that you have with it. This is our baseline. We have all the time there is. We get what we get. There's no more or no less. We were given an amount of time when we were born, and it's up to us to determine how we're going to spend our time. It's like a checking account of time. The difference being that we cannot replenish it like we can our financial checking account. I find it interesting that we spend more time evaluating how we're going to spend our money and on what, when, and how. But we spend very little time really examining our time account. We say yes to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes along without any regard as if our time account is replenishable. We think we have enough time to figure it all out and then come back and do it right. This is it. There's no more time. You cannot add more time by being efficient. You can only try and get more done with the time you have. When we write a check in our time account, we make an agreement. What time management is really about is managing our agreements. So our time is made up of our agreements. For some of us, it is an exhaustible list of what we have agreed to do: wife, husband, mother, children, career, volunteer. There are two kinds of agreements: the ones we make and the ones that are made for us. The ones that are made for us are like 13 years of school, church on Sunday, and taking the time to pay our taxes. And then there are the ones that we make. And then we suffer with the agreement. Our conversation and our feelings stem from what happens after we make that agreement. Once we write the check from our time checking account, then we have the choice to keep the agreement and suffer through it, or to break our word. When we make an agreement, we are giving our word. I believe all of our suffering is about a lack of integrity in the matter of our agreements. Not being in alignment with who we are and not making the agreements in our own behalf. So the interesting thing is that no matter how we play it, we end up suffering. So I want you to answer these questions for yourself. What agreements am I making that do not further my life and that I need to break? What agreements have I made that I keep breaking that I need to follow through on? What agreements have I made that I'm now suffering over? One of the ways that we suffer is putting in our time. Listen to our conversation about putting in our time. It's an industrial age conversation. The industrial age attitude about time was and is driven by what I talked about earlier, time and study. Our lives are driven by it. We talk about free time, not enough time, time and grade or tenure, time and attendance, time management and the planner, and putting in our time. This is our language. 30 and out, 2 more years till I graduate, hump day, 15 more minutes, and on we go. We can become imprisoned by our agreements. We could say, I want to, or I get to, instead of I have to. So where are you putting in your time? And then there is the conversation of there's not enough time, making more agreements than we have time for. And this is how that conversation goes. I'm too busy. How am I going to get it all done? Where is the time going? And so on. This becomes a habitual complaint. We say, I can't do it because I don't have the time. The truth is, you will make the time when you are committed to something. For example, when you're going on a vacation, all of a sudden, everything that you usually procrastinate gets done. So it's a mindset. There is more than enough time for the things you are committed to. Some of you may be committed to nothing, so you find useless things to fill the void. I call it busy work. Or you just will screw something up just so you have something to do. Or we say that we don't have the time because we don't have the courage to say no to someone. The other dilemma to not enough time is, I can't wait, for those people who are in a hurry. Those people who cannot postpone gratification. The people who are not in it for the long haul. So when we are overdrawn on our time account, we not only bankrupt our checking account, we bankrupt ourselves and our lives. It's really a matter of choice. Decide what it is that you really want to do. Agree to do it. And then keep your agreements. And then find the joy in it. Thank you for watching my Unbeatable Entrepreneur series. If you enjoyed these videos, please sign up for my subscription to my Unbeatable Entrepreneur workshops.